And we begin with breaking news. There are no charges against Louisville police for the death of Breonna Taylor.
The grand jury's decision comes 6 months after Taylor was shot and killed by police officers in her home. Right now, demonstrators have flooded the streets of Louisville. Taylor's death has sparked outrage along with demands for justice. CBS 2's Dick Brennan here now with more on all of this today. Dick.
Maurice and Christine, the three officers were executing a so-called no-knock warrant in a narcotics investigation, but authorities say the officers were told they should announce themselves. The Attorney General says evidence shows they did, but officers fired a total of 32 shots, and protesters can't believe there were no charges in the killing of Taylor. Breonna Taylor was just 26 years old, an emergency room technician, but she was shot dead in a police raid as she stood in the hallway of her apartment.
Early morning hours of March 13th, officers from LMPD executed a search warrant.
Kentucky Attorney General Daniel Cameron laid out what he says happened that morning. He claims the evidence shows that Detective Brett Hankison, Detective Miles Cosgrove, and Sergeant John Mattingly knocked and announced their presence at the Taylor home.
The officers' statements about their announcement are corroborated by an independent witness. In other words, the warrant was not served as a no-knock warrant.
Cameron says when they got no answer, the decision was made to go in. Taylor's boyfriend, Kenneth Walker, admits he fired first at the officers, thinking they were intruders. He hit Mattingly. Both he and Officer Cosgrove fired back, killing Taylor.
According to Kentucky law, the use of force by Mattingly and Cosgrove was justified to protect themselves. This justification bars us from pursuing criminal charges in Miss Breonna Taylor's death.
But authorities say Detective Brett Hankison will face charges because he wantonly fired his bullets into a nearby apartment. Inside there, a man, a pregnant woman, and a child.
The grand jury voted to return an indictment against Detective Hankison for 3 counts of wanton endangerment for wantonly placing the 3 individuals in apartment 3 in danger of serious physical injury or death.
No drugs were ever found. Last week, the city of Louisville agreed to pay Taylor's family $12 million to settle a civil lawsuit. It's the most the city has ever paid in a police misconduct case.
And I'm deeply, deeply sorry for Breonna's death.
This afternoon, protesters in Louisville took to the streets and squared off with police. This is Breonna Taylor's family attorney tweeted that the grand jury result was outrageous and offensive. Now the charges against Hankison, Class D felonies, each carry up to 5 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. A judge issued a warrant for Hankison's arrest and set bond at $15,000 cash. Maurice and Christine.
All right, Dick, thank you.